Maryland woman says she was drugged and kidnapped on vacation in Africa and barely escaped with her life.
She's just gotten home, and tonight she shares her story with Bob Barnard.
I don't know what happened to me. I just know I was trying to fight. I was fighting for my life. A grown-ass man. I was fighting for my life. You know what I'm saying?
We met best friends Mika and Queen at Mika's home in Montgomery County. They just got home Tuesday.
I don't like that, Mika. I don't like that using Mika's name. I don't like that.
From what was supposed to be another one of their adventurous week-long vacations.
They literally, dog, they got the exact same hoodies on. Yep, she got the hoodie on that say Hello Kitty and Friends. And she got her white Amiri hoodie on. I guess they just kept the same clothes on and decided to come on home. They beat the fuck out of her, bro. Look at her eyes. It seemed like when people get whooped so bad, like when I see women that has been in domestic violence situations, a lot of times they look deformed. Like they look like they've been beat the fuck up. Women that have been in domestic violence situations a lot of times look like they've been beat up. That's sad.
No, I was trying to fight. I was fighting for my life. A grown-ass man. I was fighting for my life. You know what I'm saying?
We met best friends Mika and Queen at Mika's home in Montgomery County. They just got home Tuesday from what was supposed to be another one of their adventurous week-long vacations.
See, they was normal back then.
This time to Tunisia. That's in northern Africa.
Hey, what would make people go to Tunisia?
It was traumatizing. Like even here, like now, like she got her own house, I got my own place. We stayed together. Like we still scared because it's like, I don't even know what happened. I don't know how it happened. I don't know if y'all.
Mika says this past Saturday night, after returning from a club, she was drugged and kidnapped from her hotel after going to the lobby to get some tissues.
The next thing I remember, I'm in the back of a car. And I just start opening doors. I start panicking. I'm opening doors. I'm trying to get out.
She says a man was behind the wheel.
He's trying to pull me back in the car. I'm yelling, help, help, somebody help me. He's covering my mouth. That's where these scratches are from. He punching me all right here. I don't know if thought he was going to knock me out, but I kept fighting. It was.
Yeah, I don't know if they know. Maryland women is different. Maryland and New York women are different. I would suggest y'all never try to kidnap a Maryland woman, especially if they from Baltimore. If they from Baltimore, it's going to be a completely different conversation. All right? It looked like she was with her homegirl, but she said, y'all said, why was she by herself? Well, the reason that she was by herself is because she said she was in her hotel and she was going downstairs for something. Let me go back and play that one more time.
Doors. I'm trying to
kidnapped from her hotel after going to the lobby to get some tissues.
I don't really know what else y'all want. She was going down to the lobby to go get some tissues, and then she was up in somebody else's car.
The next thing I remember, I'm in the back of a car. And I just start opening doors. I start panicking. I'm opening doors. I'm trying to get out.
She says a man was behind the wheel.
He's trying to pull me back in the car. I'm yelling, help, help.
Somebody said, I don't know, AD, is something fishy about this story. What do you mean? Do tell. What's fishy about the story? She beat the fuck up. What does she have to gain? What does she have to gain out of this story? Somebody says hotel staff was involved. A lot of times, the hotel staff do be involved. Look, bro, when people get trafficked, when people get kidnapped, when people get abducted, when people get took and all of this stuff, that don't just happen in the vacuum. It usually doesn't happen where, oh my God, I didn't know it was coming and all of this other type of stuff. No, that's not how it happens. How it usually happens is that there's usually other people that were participating in the process. And so it's a whole network of people that's a part of it. That's why I keep telling women, stop going out of the country by yourselves. Stop even traveling by yourself to areas that y'all not supposed to be in inside of the United States of America. It doesn't make sense for you to go by yourself. You want to be adventurous. You think that it's safe everywhere. You're not safe.
Somebody help me. He's covering my mouth. That's where these scratches are from. He punching me all right here. I don't know if thought he was going to knock me out, But I kept fighting. It was nothing. It had to be angels or something with me for me to. It's a grown man. He's punching me in my face, on my forehead, and both of my eyes. He's punching me. So I'm like, I just kept thinking I gotta get back home to my kids. Like, I just gotta get back home to my kids. So I just kept fighting. We're fighting. He's hitting me. We're going blow for blow. He's hitting me. I'm hitting him.
Queen was back at the hotel, the Penthouse Suites Hotel in Tunis. This is from its website. She says they were less than helpful.
And I'm running around the hotel looking for her. And like, bro, y'all want to tell me where she is? Like, what's going on? What's going on? And they started telling me like, oh.
Is that a gum earring? The fuck y'all got pierced now? Y'all get y'all gums pierced? I ain't never seen no shit like that before in my life. Y'all get y'all gums pierced? Have y'all ever seen a gum piercing or the inside of your lip pierced? I've never seen that before in my entire life. You seen that before? Well, they get their gums pierced? Seriously? Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I don't know why you would get the inside of your lip pierced or your gums pierced. That seems very painful. Of all of the things that you can get pierced, that seems very, very painful.
She left with this person, or she left with this person, or she made a friend. And I'm like, how can she make a friend? She doesn't speak these languages.
Mika has 2 black eyes, scrapes on her arms, and other injuries. She was able to get away and frantically make it back to the hotel.
All I could do was like go and try to get help and go downstairs and beg for help and beg for help. Like, please, y'all help me. She was hurt. Please help me, please. I have videos. They're like walking away. They like, this didn't happen here. We don't know what you're talking about.
They called the U.S. Embassy in Tunis and were soon met by embassy staff and local police. Mika sharing her story on TikTok and Instagram.
They really tried to kidnap me in Africa. I feel like they never expected for me to come back. I was not supposed to come back to the hotel. I was supposed to, whatever plan they had for me, God had another plan.
We've reached out to the State Department, the Embassy of Tunisia in Washington, and that hotel in Tunis, but haven't heard back from any of them. If we do...
Yeah, y'all got to be very careful, man. Y'all got to be very, very careful. Don't find yourselves trying to go to these other places. I don't even know about that place. I ain't never even heard of one person in my entire life that has ever visited that place. B. Baker says, what was she doing back there in the first place? They was traveling, right? They was traveling. I don't know why people be traveling. I heard that Paris is a shithole. I heard that Paris is trash.
Non, pas de vidéo. Vas-y, pas de vidéo. Okay. Go!
Il ne faut pas l'écouter.
Chef, t'as pas le droit de filmer ici normalement. T'as pas le droit de filmer normalement.
Bonjour and welcome to another one of my videos. Today I'm going to explore Marché Barbes, a place just north of the Gare du Nord. If I didn't tell you this was in Paris, would you really know this was Paris?
You've just arrived off the Eurostar tunnel and you're thinking of not getting a taxi or the metro into a nice part of Paris. I want to show you what the neighborhood around the Gare du Nord looks like. I want to show you what happens when you head directly north from the Gare du Nord. We can ask the question later, does this neighborhood feel French or does it feel like Paris? I can tell you now, there are many, many neighborhoods in Paris that feel very, very French. So not all of Paris is like this, but I want to give you a perspective on what the neighborhoods just north of the Gare du Nord is like. That's what we're going to do. as you come out the front of the station, this is the perfect place to get taxis or an Uber or just to get out of this neighborhood. As you will see, this area at the front has problems. But what we're going to do is we're going to head north. So we're going to go to the back of the station and walk from there. This is a market that goes on not every day, but it's certainly because it's Sunday it's happening. I thought it would be interesting to have a look at this market. Now, what you're going to find is it's probably easy to describe this while we're here because it's going to get really busy here and it's probably going to be very difficult to describe when we're over there.
Yeah.
These guys are legitimate. They've got licenses.
Yeah,
So,
I was just about to ask about that.
so this man has paid for a license. They paid for a license. So they don't mind being on camera. These guys here are on the cleanup crew because at 2:30 the market ends. And the cleanup could take all day. But there's a lot of money spent on cleanup. You start seeing people packing away. But the people in the middle that will just be selling on boxes, they don't have licenses. They won't like you filming. So they might think you're the cops, they might think you're the council. So just bear that in mind as you're pointing the camera in the direction. Most people are just going to hopefully think you're just a tourist and just sort of look away. They might hide their faces, but some of them will say, stop filming, stop filming. So just bear that in mind.
Do they get in trouble sometimes, get ticketed or any type of consequence?
The theory is yes.
In the United States over the last 4 years, but I wanted to come to Europe. This is Savannah Hernandez in front of the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France, because I've been covering the illegal immigration crisis in the United States over the last 4 years, but I wanted to come to Europe to check out how the crisis is going over here. Now, a lot of people will take you in front of the Eiffel Tower to highlight the immigration crisis, but we actually have been through various parts of Paris, and to be quite honest with you guys, this crisis is a lot worse than I even expected it to be. Now, I was looking at some of the numbers, and you have about 400,000 to 500,000 both legal and illegal migrants coming into France, various suburbs of Paris. You very much see that. Now, first impressions of Paris. There is graffiti on every single beautiful building as you are driving from both North Paris into the heart of the city. On top of that, the city isn't the cleanest, I'll be quite honest with you guys. It's pretty stinky, lots of trash. You are very much seeing the results of the migrant crisis on every single street corner. I mean, everywhere we've gone, every single street, you are seeing African migrants. There are also various parts of Paris in which the French people and the French culture is absolutely nowhere to be seen. We are talking entire neighborhoods, entire cultural enclaves in which you are not seeing the French or their culture represented at all. And again, I wanted to come here because we are seeing the exact same thing mirrored in the United States of America. It's absolutely covering up what is going on over here. The government is watering down a lot of those numbers. Now, I've been talking to, of course, a lot of those on over here. Media is absolutely covering up what is going on over here. Now, I've been talking to a lot of local journalists, and similar to the US, they state that, of course, the media is completely watering down what is going on over here, going so far as to change the name of migrants when crimes are committed, so that way there isn't any bad sentiment in the public view towards migrants. You also have, of course, a large uptick in stabbings, in sexual assaults related to migrants, and the French women and the French men who try to bring light to this are told that they are racist, that they are fascist for trying to highlight these issues. So again, wanted to come on the street and not only show you the front of the Eiffel Tower, because a lot of people always
look at this shit. What is going on over in Paris, France? A lot of my timeline is just like this when it shows places like Paris, France. And it said that they've basically been overran by African migrants over into Paris, and they've turned it into a third world country. They said that it's almost no sign of Paris's culture over there. And this is why it looks like this. They say that this is why Trump was going off on the UN, and they were saying, listen, y'all places have turned into shitholes. Everything is bad and everything is horrible over there. I don't want that to be my America, bro. I just don't. I don't want that to be the place where I love and where I live. That's not what I envision America to be long term. I just don't, bro. You been to the Eiffel Tower, Toy? I've never been to the Eiffel Tower. It's one of the places that I said that I wanted to go to, but I don't want to go there no more. Anton, she lying. She was at the club tricking and got caught up. Yeah, I heard of that too, but that don't mean that you're supposed to get kidnapped. I heard it's a lot of women that is going over to other countries to try to get some D, which I don't know why you got to go to another country to get some D. Why are women going to other countries to get D? You can basically get most, I would like to think that most women can get D for free over here in the United States of America. Why are they going to other countries to get D? But I heard it's a lot of women that's going over to other countries, and that's why they go into these African countries. They go to these African countries, they're doing Jamaican boat rides, and they basically going to get a black man over there to try to run trains on them and then turn them into vagrants. That's what I heard, honestly. I heard his passport sisters. Yep, you're right, Andre Roberts. I heard that his passport sisters and snow bunnies that are going over into African countries to basically be doing the dirty. And so they over there sex trafficking. I'm not saying that that's what those women are doing, but that's what I heard. Make sure I hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Let me read some of y'all super chats. Hold on, let me go over to the Cash Apps first. Make sure I ain't missing nothing. So I'll be looking at Christopher Mayberry. Shout out to you, Brian Smith. Shout out to you. Courtney Eggert says, what up, though? Princess Williamson, Ronald Staten. Shout out to everybody that's in on Cash App running it up. Without question, since 80, look up Jade Fleury of Fox 26 in Houston. She's fired. Jade Fleury. Okay, I see you, Jade. Yeah, she do look good. I ain't gonna cap. All right, you got it. Jade won. Yeah, Jade won. She definitely won. Hopefully James Harden ain't got to her already. Oh, y'all want to see for yourselves? All right, I got y'all. Yeah, she looked good. She looked really good. Let me tell you, hopefully James Harden haven't got to her. You know, the one thing that I be thinking about when I see some of these women, like let's see this right here, right? Let's take this right here. When I see this, I see them at sports games and you see them on jet skis, right? I want y'all to know this. When you see a woman at sports games and on jet skis, remember that's somebody else. Somebody else took her there. No woman pays for her own tickets to go to sports games. And most of the time, they don't pay to go out of town. That's correct, Aaron Miller. She's being sponsored. You know, the same way that I say, Teach Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off of life. That's what you see happening in these pictures. If you see a woman that is on jet skis or hanging out in a really good sports arena or club or something like that, they are not paying their own money. That is somebody else's money, somebody else's tickets, somebody else is taking a picture and airdropping it to her. It's something else that's happening out there. No woman is bringing a photographer with her. No woman is doing any of that, especially if she looks like this young lady right here. They're not paying for themselves. Basically, these type of women, they have a get out of jail free card, and their face card is their credit card. Their face card is their credit card.